Hey Animal Chiropractic friends, Dr. Amy Hayek here, President and co-founder and chili of Animal Chiropractic Education Source. I want to talk today about perception. You know that old adage, does the tree when it falls in the woods make a sound if nobody's there? And from a real deep down physics standpoint, no it doesn't, because there's nothing to vibrate. It's just air, and air doesn't make noise unless it hits something. So with that, I want to talk about our perceptions, how we start our day. I know right now many people are very fearful, and you wake up fearful. It is, we don't know, the stories get bigger as we speak. You may recall in your English or hit literature background, like mine, that there were a couple of stories that discussed this. Beowulf was one of them, but a more modern tale like that would be Don Quixote de la Mancha. In Don Quixote's story, he was trapped in a mansion, a house that had secure walls and for a formidable fortress, but he could not go outside. Every time he went near the window, he would see the shadow of this monster that was going to attack him if he went outside. If he went near the door, he would see the shadow of this monster that he thought was going to be able to overtake him. And it took him many, many days until finally he could work up the courage to step outside and face that monster. And when he did, he realized there was no monster at all. There was nothing. This is what I want you to visualize for yourselves. I want you to realize that for those of you who are fearful, fear is a really true part of our nervous system. Fear is a chemical part of our nervous system as well as just a figment of our imagination oftentimes. There are many things that we are fearful of that we even know are irrational. Fear of the dark, fear of heights, fear of rabbits, fear of clowns. All of these things we know deep down are fears that don't make sense. When we can build up, these are the birds, when we build up those fears, we also build up chemical changes within our bodies. We are just like Don Quixote in that house, trapped within that fortress, not being able to step out and envision that monster is nothing. And this depletes your immune system. It depletes your ability to make good decisions. It depletes your ability to make logical connections between what you're seeing and what is actually there. So today, I want you all to take a moment. I want you all to just quietly think for a moment about how strong you are. Close your eyes if that's helpful. If you're driving, please don't close your eyes. That's not helpful. But just go inside your head and envision yourself as that giant sword-bearing brick wall of a person that Don Quixote became when he walked out of the house to find there was nothing to be afraid of. Your nervous system takes all of its signals, all of its decisions from how you think and how you feel. And so if you feel weak, as in unable to conquer something, you will be. But if you feel strong, if you have what some people think of as unearned confidence, guess what? You can move mountains. Let me remind you that there are people who are right now trying to make decisions for you who never graduated from college. There are people who are trying to make decisions about your health who have no health care background. They don't know nearly as much about you and your body as you do. So, my chickens are hungry. So, what I want you to do is conquer that invisible force out there. I want you to visualize yourself just for a moment as strong on the inside, strong on the outside. If it helps, I want you to envision that round ball of the image they're giving us of the coronavirus, which is so tiny that it doesn't even touch the fibers of the face mask as it passes through it. I want you to know these chickens do not care about any coronavirus right now, even though they carry their own variety. I'm going to go inside where it's a little quieter. But while I'm doing that, I want you to envision how much bigger you are, how much stronger you are, and how much more consciousness you have. Yes, you have consciousness that can overpower many things. And so, keeping in your mind that conscious decision to conquer something is more than half of your battle. You're strong, you're tall, you have all kinds of help inside of you. You have other bacteria, you have other viruses that actually are there in your favor. Keep that in mind. That is your army. So, your RNA, your DNA are actually on your side. Don't make them weak by thinking they can't do the job. That's my message for today. If you are having a hard time making those decisions, please go get a chiropractic adjustment. Chiropractic is essential. It's essential for helping nourish all those parts of your body that help you to be strong and smart and tall and monstrous and made of brick, wielding that big sword so that you can conquer the fears and the anxiety that are coming your way from other people who are not envisioning these things. So as I was saying a minute ago, and then I got sidetracked by the chickens, I want you to envision that image that they're giving us of that coronavirus with all the little like red buds on it. I don't know, it looks kind of funny. Looks like a prickly pear. It actually looks almost exactly like the Drosera plant. In case you want a homeopathic remedy, that would be the one I would go for. The Drosera plant, but anyway, is this plant with these little things poking off it. What I want you to envision is, they show you these pictures like this. I want you to make it small. It is so tiny you can't see it. And then I want you to crush it in your fingers. Just, it's gone. All right? If you still getting those images of the big thing, poke it. It's a hot air balloon. Just poke it. You know, punch it, kick it, whatever makes you feel stronger. It has no consciousness that we know of. And if it has consciousness, it's being embodied in other people who are instilling you with these fears. Use your consciousness against that. Consider that you are a strong, able-bodied, smart person. You are making awesome decisions every day about your family, about people who come to you for help, and about things that you're going to eat that are better for you, not worse. And even if you eat something worse, you're going to realize that it was a choice. I made it. I can overcome it. Okay? I really want to empower you guys to think about the fact that some of the things coming down the pipeline are not going to be in our best interest. And so we need to, there is an army of people out there who, one, have not been sick, two, have overcome the virus. More people have overcome it than have died from it. And 3, who can make great decisions when they look at things logically and see them for what they are. So go outside that big fortress that you're hiding in and think about what is actually going on. How will we maintain life? We will never maintain life as we had it before. But what are we going to do going forward? What opportunities are we going to create? What creative things are we going to create that are better for everyone? What connections are we going to have with this earth? Because the more we try to distance ourselves from it, the worse things will become. This earth, we depend on it. When your consciousness dissolves and is gone from you, you become part of this earth. So use that consciousness now to envision exactly what you want this earth to be like, what you want your life to be like, because your perception becomes reality. Thanks for joining me today. If you didn't get a chance to, please listen to the replay, because I really want everyone who listens to this to envision the solution that they are going to create in their own life. I want you to all recognize that you have huge powers of confidence, huge powers of consciousness that creates and maintains things the way they are. And so by using those powers of consciousness, you can help to make your life happy. And one way to do that is to help to make yourself healthier as well. For your animals, of course, they have a lot of consciousness too. They are on a little different plane than we are, and their level of attention is much more focused than ours in many, many ways. And so with that perception, they tend to stay healthier. They are never afraid of things. For those of you who may not think about this, animals never look at their feet when they run. They just run. And they know that they're going to put their feet in the right place. So for those of you who didn't get to listen to this whole Facebook Live, go back and listen to the beginning. I really want to empower you to take a moment, think about how strong and brave you are. Think about how internally you are able to fight because you've got a huge army inside that is there waiting. And think about the fact that there is a huge army of people outside of you as well who are equally as strong. Empower them as much as you can. Ask them to take a moment and envision themselves as being powerful and able to overcome anything. Thanks for joining me today. If you are a veterinarian or a chiropractor who has yet to add animal chiropractic to your practice, find us at animalchiropracticeducation.com. Our school is 100% open right now because we're online, and you start the day you register. If you think that animal chiropractic is really just about popping bones, you will find that there is a whole mindset behind animal chiropractic that encompasses part of what you've heard today on this Facebook Live. So I really want you to be able to understand some of that, but also to be able to use it in your own lives, because it helps me to help you be empowered. Thanks for joining me. You can find us at animalchiropracticeducation.com.